Give Clean Water, the guys that we've been working with here in Fiji. I think it's a really important project.
Well, if you were to get stats from the government, about half the population lives in urban areas and half lives in rural areas. And the rural areas have no treated water, basically. And so half the population doesn't have access to any kind of treatable water.
I went into a friend of mine's house. He's the chief in the village. I saw his wife, and she spent 3 weeks with a 104-degree fever, and she didn't know what was wrong with her. 3 weeks later, she still got the same fever, like basically frying her brain, and she had leptospirosis from the water. So, you know, to go in there and just give them one of these filters, it's going to clean their water. So these filters can last a lifetime, and that can save a lot of lives.
We're kind of focusing on the rural areas and working with the health ministry and partnering with them and their overall plan. We were very fortunate to have the chief health inspector over all of Fiji join us. She's also the head of all environmental health.
Most important is this design or this best practice, and it's more appropriate, it's more affordable, that our community could utilize this design because it's more accessible.
One of the exciting things is we're in the process right now of coming up with a memorandum of understanding, and that is just a formalized relationship with the Ministry of Health, and that's really critical to us because when we go in, a part of what we want to do is not to be an organization that goes in and does a project to someone. We want to be an organization that does the project with all of the community leaders. Well, I think that one of the biggest things that sets us apart is the focus on sustainability. Our follow-up system, follow-up and continuous education, documenting the changes of health, involving the health ministry over the long haul to be a part of this process for years and years and years to come. We're not just going in and dropping off water filters. We're really committed to the long-term education and sustainability process.
One of the schools were closed, so they were, you know, that's part of the public health requirement, that school has to be accessible with clean water for the safety of the children. So there was this interaction with the government to come up with a solution. So with this Give Clean Water filter, which is sort of an immediate need and response, that was installed so that the water quality in the school was meeting the standards. Therefore, with the installation of the Give Clean Water filter, it changed dramatically, and the school reopened because of that.
These water filters, when you go in and you install them in a village, you're literally cutting that problem right off, right at the spot. And so in a couple of hours of being in a village, like we were in these last couple of days, lives are literally changed right before your eyes.